What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about 3 stocks to really watch this upcoming week that could have a very strong likelihood of a squeeze. So I'm going to go over all of that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get right to it. So when it comes down to this upcoming week, leading into next week at least, there's a lot of optimism. So looking at the S&P, it did actually break past not only the 50-day moving average, but it did transition from the lower to the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band. So theoretically, a lot of good positive momentum going into next week. So that definitely will help, because if the broader market is very much rallying, that just also incentivizes shorts to theoretically close out some of the position. As far as this upcoming week as well, there are some good data points coming out on as far as Thursday, which is GDP numbers, and also on Friday, which is PCE. And throughout the week, there's a lot of Fed speakers as well. So all very much opportunities for a very good rally. So again, getting right into the 3 stocks, not in any particular order by any means, but the first one is ttcf. I've touched on this one in the past. Like I said, the fundamentals behind the scenes all justify a very good squeeze. But the thing is, you do need a very good either catalyst coming from ttcf itself, whether it be operational or the broader market. So currently it is at $1.50. On Friday, it went up about 0.67%. Year to date, up around 5%. 1 year ago, down 88%. So very much just completely slaughtered. And as far as this, the short score is currently 97, utilization is 100%. And as far as what shorts did on Friday, they returned around 29, almost 30,000 shares. Still though, 16.47 million shares being shorted, and the percentage of the free float being shorted is around 33.82%. So definitely fairly high. But even looking more so at the cost to borrow, the average is 298.63%. That is extremely high. And even more so as well, looking right here. So the percentage of the free float on loan is 25%. And like I just mentioned, the percentage of shares being shorted is 33%, 34%. So of course, that is a very good indication that there is a lot of naked shorting happening with ttcf. So like I said, if there is some positive data coming out or a continuation of positive momentum, then ttcf could very much go up. But moving on from that, let's go over to good old AMC. So AMC is and was flat on Friday. Year to date, it's up roughly around 14%, 1 year down 85%. And even based on the recent shareholder meeting, I even bought in. I bought in at $4.70 because even at that stage, it's a very good value play. So going into next week and just where AMC is currently at, I feel that even these prices is a good incentive for investors to get in. And even better yet, there's a lot of good likelihood of a squeeze because short score is currently 89, utilization is 100%. The actual shares on loan, percentage free float on loan is around 38% versus the short interest is almost 25%. So very high. And as well, similar to ttcf, cost to borrow is just massively high. So 357.36% is the cost to borrow average. On Friday, shorts did increase their position, 509,000 shares. So around 25%, like I said, of the free flow is being shorted. 126.2 million shares is overall being shorted. So as far as operationally, once again, I don't see anything coming in the short term, so most likely it's just going to be very much dependent on these 2 things, so broader market rally and also potentially good economic data coming out for AMC to have a good squeeze. So again, AMC is one to really watch for. And finally, there is this. So Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat is at $16.27. On Friday, it did go up roughly around 7%. Year to date, 32%, and over 1 year down 67%. So it has done fairly good. A lot more operational updates, of course. And right now, short score is currently 92, utilization is 100%. And as far as what shorts did on Friday, they increased 182,000 shares, which works out to be a grand total of 19.16 million shares, and that is 32.81% of the free float. It is also on the threshold list, so once again, that might result in something. Most likely not, though. The cost to borrow average is 163.08%, and that is the average. So overall, I think that all 3 do have a lot of good likelihood of a squeeze this upcoming week. As a result, like like I said, of these two things. So economic data and just the technicals. So let me know your thoughts on all of those three in the comments below, or potentially if there's one that might also have a good squeeze, let me know in the comments below. But like I said, I think those three fundamentally, based on just the short interest aspect of that, all have a very good squeezability. And just on a side note, just so you guys are aware, when it comes down to a good squeeze, there are several different things that you do need. One of which is a high utilization, which of course all three of these did have. You need a fairly high cost to borrow, which like I said, all three do have. You need a lot of shares shorted. So out of all of those three components, all of them have them. Of course, there's a lot of stocks even outside of these three that have those. But one thing that you really also do need is a surprise catalyst. And that can come from either the company itself or from the broader economy. And this is why I've really brought up those couple points, like I mentioned, as far as the broader technicals and just the data points, because you need that in order to have a good squeeze. You need all four of those components. Without, for instance, positive GDP numbers coming out on Thursday, then yeah, unfortunately, shorts don't really have a reason or justification to really close out some of the positions, unless there's something that is operational that comes out. But in general, I don't anticipate it, at least. So no matter what though, let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I always greatly appreciate that. And with all that said, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on whatever company you see fit.